Connor Shaw. Who?
Do you want that as your lock of the week?
Dylan Gabriel's not the guy. He's a 5'10", 5'11" left-handed quarterback. The odds are stacked against him. Dog.
Yeah.
Sad day today.
We're going to start off with this, but we might as well.
Yeah, we kind of have to change up the entrance to the show here.
We don't really have an entrance. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
We were going to start it off with such a high note with March Madness, and we've got spring breakout in Major League Baseball. We've got NCAA men's and women's, as I mentioned, March Madness college hoops going on. Also NHL, NBA, MLS, little golf, NASCAR this weekend in Darlington, South Carolina, the Goodyear 400. We are going to start off, though, with the tragedy that was the passing of Chuck Norris at the age of 86.
86 years old,
Yeah.
An accident that happened in Hawaii, some medical accident, whether it was, accidental or not, or whatever happened.
I just know he passed.
Right, the family is keeping the.
What you're telling me is this is new. This is new to me.
He was brought to the hospital the day before for a medical emergency or medical accident.
In Hawaii.
Yes, and then he passed away the next day due to that emergency, and obviously we have lost Chuck Norris sadly at 86 years old. I mean, 86 is a good run, but I grew up thinking Chuck Norris was invincible. Like my father has a Superman tattoo on his shoulder, and he used to tell me growing up that Superman was invincible. My dad always said he was invincible, but he would always joke around and be like, I don't know what it is with that Chuck Norris.
No, Chuck Norris is invincible.
Yeah,
Superman is a mere mortal compared to Chuck Norris.
Right. And so I wanted to start today's edition of Bet This off with, if you have any good Chuck Norris jokes, or if you have a funny one that you really like, you hit
the Chuck Norris reference.
Yeah.
The references, here we go. Chuck Norris does not get frostbite. Chuck Norris bites frost.
I like the kids wear Superman pajamas to bed. Superman wears Chuck Norris pajamas to bed. That's one of my favorites.
I like that one. That's good.
So,
I like that.
Rest in peace to Chuck Norris, the Walker, Texas Ranger.
My parents love, my mother still watches that on rerun. I don't know if she knows about this. I'm going to have to let her know.
Yeah.
I want to diss my mom. Don't goof on your mom. As Stallone says in Rocky Balboa, mom should be goof proof. She's kind of behind because she doesn't have a cell phone. The only internet she really has is she has the only Wi-Fi for either internet services, which again she doesn't use. She uses it though for the streaming services,
right?
And that's it. I mean, there might be a Chuck Norris passes away or a tribute
news
to him,
update
an
somewhere,
update on there that says remembering Chuck Norris.
Now you know a lot about television, Jay Dawg,
yeah.
and broadcasting and stuff like that. Let me know if I'm wrong. Was Walker, Texas Ranger, is that a CBS show?
It was big ratings for CBS. That, and this I'm talking about the 90s when they both aired. That and Nash Bridges essentially kind of saved CBS from the brink. I mean, they had their comedies, but they had Walker, Texas Ranger. They needed something that was kind of an alternative because CBS was losing in the comedy battle to NBC with Seinfeld and some of the other, and Friends and some of the other shows they had. You had must-see TV on NBC. What's CBS going to do? They had Sybil Shepherd. She had her show, which she got overshadowed by Christine Baranski, which anything that has Christine Baranski in it, she's going to, even though she's not the lead, she's going to be the lead. Christine Baranski will take over your show because she's that good of an actress. She's that much of an American treasure. I just want folks to know that if you got a show and your star isn't Christine Baranski, it's the Chuck Norris thing. She's going to be the star of the show. So, which did not make Sybil Shepherd happy, by the way. I want you to know that. Well, she wasn't happy that Bruce Willis became the star of Moonlighting, right?
I was a big fan of Chuck Norris's work in like the Bruce Lee films.
Yes, that's where he kind of
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
No.
That wasn't
that's
one.
Chow Yun Fat. That's 2000.
Which one was? That
was the Dragon series, I guess. Yeah.
Which one was Chuck in?
He was in. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, because I do remember watching those on like late night.
Let me try and look it up while you're covering me.
Yes. Well, Walker, Texas Ranger was big for CBS, as was Jag, as was, as I mentioned before, some of the non-comedies. So
I'm trying to see, where is it? He's done
Touched by an Angel was big for CBS.
So much work.
You had Murphy Brown on CBS, which was a comedy, of course. But
Bruce Lee, the Legend, and Bruce Lee, A Warrior's Journey, I believe, are the ones where
those weren't the movies.
Bruce Lee, the Man and the Legend.
I think it's a documentary.
He's credited in. No, those are in the that's the 73 and another one in 84. I believe that's it.
Well, yeah, Bruce Lee wasn't around in 84. Yeah.
The Warrior Within. Does that sound right?
It sounds about right.
Maybe.
Well, I remember watching Delta Force and also in the 80s. That was on loop on HBO. So
yeah, Delta Force 86. The Way of the Dragon. That's what it is.
Dragon, yes.
I missed it. It was right at the top. The Way of the Dragon.
Lone Wolf McQuaid. I remember watching that too. So
yeah.
Chuck Norris was not a man to be messed with.
No.
Rest
in peace to an absolute legend.
And the tributes were pouring in. Sylvester Stallone, who they were in the Expendables 2, I believe, together, said that he looked up to Norris because Norris is 6 years older than Sly. I thought they were kind of in the same age. I guess in that regard, they're in that same age. Dolph Lundgren, who was with
Dolph Lundgren,
who was in the Expendables 2 with Chuck Norris. And some other stars, Wesley Snipes, Jean-Claude Van Damme. They're all the tributes are pouring into Chuck Norris. And I remember him fondly too. In the 2010s, I had gotten the Total Gym.
Oh my gosh, the Total Gym.
Yes, I still have that in my storage facility. So
wow.
I'm getting it out when I get my apartment at some point, right? My swinging bachelor pad.
The Total Gym, the Chuck Norris commercials, I remember.
Yeah, because it was him and Christy Brinkley that did the Total Gym.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he was still Mr. Fitness. And Jack Heath of Good Morning New Hampshire got a tip from Chuck Norris, who's watching an online video just of Chuck Norris training. Chuck Norris swore by this till he passed away. A boxing or what do you call it? A bag, heavy bag, right?
Yep.
An Everlast heavy bag. And cardio boxing or gloves, and do that cardio boxing. Make sure if you're going to hit the bag hard, make sure you wear wraps around your hands, right? So you don't break your knuckles or anything like that. Flatten them essentially. And Jack does that. Just it's a 35, 40-minute cardio thing. Sometimes you don't even know that you've been doing it for 35, 40 minutes. And it's a big cardio boost. And
boxing, my dad grew up boxing, and boxing's huge cardio. It's
it's
all cardio actually, pretty much.
What I do is I do cardio boxing. I take 2 Everlast gloves. And I do 3 rounds, because I had on a timer on YouTube, and then I just take the water break, sit down if I need to, and then get back up, or I stand Muhammad Ali style.
I can't believe Total Gym. I can't believe you dug that out of the woodwork.
Oh yeah, no, I bought a Total Gym with my tax return in 2011.
That's crazy. Hey, rest in peace to Walker, Texas Ranger, to Chuck Norris, 86 years old. We will miss you, legend. Let's get back into Bet This. We are in the middle of March. It is Mania going on
the madness. The Mania is next month with the wrestling.
Yes.
The madness is going on with the basketball.
Some other quick sports updates that we haven't discussed yet either. While we're on the topic of wrestling, we still have, room on the open here. Dennis Rodman getting inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts?
The Rodzilla, and it was going to happen at some point. This got overshadowed by Chuck Norris's passing, I know. Rodzilla was Shams of ESPN. He reported that. So now, again, the contributions to wrestling in the mid-90s, not WWE, but as you know, there is no WCW anymore.
I was going to say he was on WCW, right?
There is no WCW anymore.
Right.
It got absorbed 25 years ago, this month, actually, March of 2001, for pennies on the dollar by then WWF to buy the library, to buy the rights, to have all of that. Again, it didn't cost them much because WCW was hemorrhaging for cash. They were just struggling so bad. So WWF bought them for, I said, pennies on the dollar.
That was what, NWO, Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
What was that, like 95?
96?
96?
96, 97, 98. Well, actually, 96, 97, 98 with Karl Malone and, that kind of thing going on. So, yes, we talked about that on the playback.
Yes.
When we had Goldberg versus Hollywood Hogan for the WCW title.
Yes,
so,
and wasn't there a surprise appearance potentially?
No, it was supposed to. Well, no, it was.
I was going to say you're going to have to refresh my memory.
Yes, because
I know Goldberg won the match.
Kurt
Hennig
was walking down the aisle trying to interfere in the match, and then it was a diamond cutter from Karl Malone.
That's who it was. Yes, Karl Malone.
The mailman actually delivered that time.
Yes, he did. But yes, so just quick sports update there on the
Rodzilla
in the WWE Hall of Fame. But we have a lot to break down. We're going to go over the Valspar Championship this weekend.
It's not
golf.
a major, but it doesn't matter because we're getting close to a major in the Masters.
Right, and it's a good way to prep for the Masters. And the Valspar is still a good tournament. It's not like
it's a tune-up.
Right. It's not like one of these like no-name tournaments that kind of get washed under the rug. Like Valspar is still a pretty good tournament.
Lobster Cola Open, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll give you our thoughts on that. Go over our brackets on press time. What has been
could we not?
What has happened? Yeah, we've already lost a couple of bets, but I've got some that are looking good, hopefully. And we're gonna go over our typical NASCAR Sunday slate for NHL and NBA weekend slate.
We've got parlays and we've got locks of the week as we do on Bet This.
Yeah, so we're going to break it all down in just a little bit. And we've got on top of that the Bet This power rankings, but no basketball because it's March Madness.
Those rankings are coming back till November, as we alluded to. UFL will be back next week as well. Major League Baseball.
I'm excited. I wanted to go over futures or kind of prep the beginning of the season.
Are you more excited about a UFL coming back or baseball?
Baseball.
Okay,
for
I just wanted to make sure.
No,
you got your Fisher Cats. Actually,
the chicken tenders.
Your Manchester Chicken Tenders jersey on right now. I've got my Cleveland Guardian St. Patty's Day hat, which I wore, as you saw.
I'm hoping I
can. Patty's Day.
I'm hoping I can get another one of these. I want the coconut one they're coming out with this year. Dog, I forgot to mention, I feel like I should mention it, since my locks and parlays haven't been so successful lately. My locks have been kind of
as opposed to mine, Bubba Wallace.
Well, yeah, our locks have been, it's harder on these solo sports, especially after NFL season. I feel like once we get back to baseball, we'll kind of be back in our groove, especially, I know you'll kind of be more in full swing with baseball.
Pun totally intended.
But I won some money on Venezuela. I offered it up to the bet heads. Hopefully they took it, but I had a good feeling about Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic, and they ended up coming out on top. I mean, Mikel Garcia ended up winning MVP, but I think that maybe I'm biased because I'm a Red Sox fan, but Weiler Abreu, I feel like absolutely dominated on Team Venezuela.
The Red Sox were well represented in the World Baseball Classic, and they never really have in the past. Now with Venezuela defeating Team USA this past week, you really saw a showcase of the Boston Red Sox on both Venezuela and Team USA.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, all of the Red Sox outfielders dominated during
Roman Anthony
on USA.
He's going to be a fixture for Team USA.
Jaron Duran on Mexico. Yeah. He was amazing. Masataka Yoshida looked like a different player for Team
he's playing
Japan.
for his home country. So
I know. So I was really impressed with the Red Sox players, but I am happy I won some money on Venezuela. So, Dog, let's get into March Madness and some of the games that have already shaken down here in the madness of March.
Yeah.
And I know I've already missed on a couple. I've hit on some. What are your thoughts so far?
With the Ohio State University, I was disappointed in that. So disappointed in that. Not having them going far, but at least them going, not losing in the first round.
Yeah, I had Ohio State winning in the first round, at least. I didn't have them making it past that.
Yeah.
With their opponent being Duke.
Duke, yeah.
Of course, I'm
not sold on Duke because of the injuries. That being said, I don't expect them to just bow out.
And
the Siena gave them all they could handle.
If the bet heads have seen it on our social media, we did our top four and our finals predictions. And we'll shake out I'll post these up on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
For the bet heads, if you're on YouTube, you can see our entire bracket and see how it shakes out. And neither of us chose Duke to win it. And you can see that on our social media, but I still think they're going to go pretty far. I don't think they make it past the Final Four, though. I think Duke is not going to make it to that championship game. I think they're a Final Four team, and that's where they're going to fall out. But
you really think they're a Final Four team? Because I don't think they're a Final Four team.
I think they're a Final Four team.
I think they're a Sweet 16 team. I don't think they're a
Sweet 16 team.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Tell me who you got beating them.
Kansas.
Yeah. I didn't even have Kansas making it past the first round. No way.
Because I've got UConn in the Final Four. So
I don't even think the men's UConn team can compete with Duke. Duke looks so good this year.
Again, they've got UConn. Duke has.
I feel like it's the
2 injuries. So
I feel like it's that typical thing with, like, look at the Golden State Warriors that beat the regular season winning record
73-9, and they lied.
right. And I think when teams overperform like that, they run out of steam. So that's why I don't think Duke will win the championship, but I think they're going to make it to the Elite Four. Or the Final Four.
Final Four,
yeah.
The Elite Four. There's no such thing as the Elite Four.
No, the Final Four. I think they're going to make it to the Final Four.
Wow,
but,
so you think that?
But I just don't.
UConn.
No, I don't think UConn. I think UConn is too slow. Like,
they're not better than the women, but I'm telling you, they're not.
I think I guess the men's team, they're good on offense, but they're not good at, like, their turnover ratio isn't as good as it could be. And I feel like Duke is so good at, like, owning the possessions on the court.
To your point, though, again, Duke has a rash of injuries that I just don't think they're going to have enough to really.
I still think they can. I think they can
make
make a good run. This team's been really good throughout the season. And I think, like, they have good teamwork, which can get you through, and they have talent because they're a blue blood school. They have talent. It's not like where if, pretend Cal Baptist, like, went on a run.
Yeah.
They're not going on a run based off talent. They're going on a run based off, like, team morale and everyone coming together.
Kind of
yeah. So I think Duke is will have that morale to push them as if they were a Cinderella team, but they have talent like a blue blood school because they are, even with the injuries. That's why I think it'll help them get to that Final Four.
The Blue Bloods are going to do their thing.
Right.
That much we do know. Right. And I've said this, keep saying it. I'll continue to say it. March Madness is great. However, there is a bit of an overrated aspect to it. Like, the Cinderella stories are nice, but then the clock strikes midnight, the pumpkin is done, and the glass slipper doesn't fit anymore. The Blue Bloods essentially are always in the Final Four, if not, they're in the national championship game. We don't have a George Washington from 2006.
I was going to say, do you have a favorite Cinderella story while we're on the topic?
Probably Villanova 85.
Villanova 85.
Yeah.
Growing
on
up,
April Fool's Day, they beat Georgetown.
Growing up, my favorite is the Gulf Coast, Florida Gulf Coast.
In 2016, right?
Yeah, the Florida, what did they call them? The Dunk Coast.
Yeah.
I think it was like Florida Dunk Coast or something like that.
That was their moniker that they were going by, but there was Florida Gulf Coast University. I know somebody who went to Florida Gulf Coast University.
Really? Yeah. That was that's probably my favorite Cinderella story. Like, they had a really fun run, and it was like a very similar style of basketball to that Los Angeles, like, the Los Angeles Clippers or whatever, like that Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul.
When they were healthy,
yeah,
which was kind of hard,
very rare.
Stay, although it was rare. That's right.
Any games stood out to you so far? Like, any upsets that you predicted?
Wisconsin. Well, I didn't predict the Wisconsin one. I'm just saying that Skansen,
I had High Point winning, but that was the only upset that I had going my way. Again, McNeese was one that I know.
I had Hawaii beating Arkansas. I had Hawaii going to the
Sweet 16. Really? Yeah. Okay. I had Arkansas winning as well.
No, you had Arkansas. I
know. I had Arkansas. Yes, I said as
Hawaii.
Well. Yes, I had Arkansas winning. So I didn't have to.
I'm not a Calipari guy, so I'll never pick him.
Well, that's why I knew that they were. I know that you're not a Calipari guy, but I knew that Arkansas would have that kind of boost from his coaching prowess.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't have the same talent that he had at Kentucky when he was coaching there.
He doesn't like the whole NIL transfer portal.
Not a lot of coaches do.
The older coaches don't. The newer coaches have found a way to kind of democratize it and find a way. The older coaches, whether it be college football or college basketball, they don't like it because they don't understand it.
Yeah, they're very traditional. It's like stuck in their ways kind of thing. As the young kids say, the old heads.
Not the bet heads.
Yes.
The old heads.
But yeah, so I'm excited about High Point winning. I took them. I had Arkansas winning as well, so I got that. But yeah, McNeese, I had them winning in the first round, and that fell through. I had Troy taking down Nebraska.
I had Troy too,
and that fell through. So
Troy story.
A couple of upsets that I was hoping for that didn't happen, but so was March Madness. I did throw down a couple of parlays I wanted to mention real quick. I've got, what was it? Vanderbilt at High Point. Is that No, this is the women's. It must be. Excuse me.
Vandy's going to be taking on Nebraska.
Yes, Vandy will be taking on Nebraska. I had a couple of parlays somewhere. I thought, right here, not a parlay, but I had a lock. My lock, one of my first locks. I have 2 locks that I'm going to give out this week.
Okay.
My first lock, I took Purdue to beat Queens, but I took the under on the total points because I don't think it's going to be like a high scoring game. I think Purdue's going to pretty much lock down Queens. So I took the under at 162.5. That's minus 105. And then my other lock of the week, this is my official lock. I'm taking Duke to beat TCU in the second round. That's going to be Saturday night Saturday afternoon.
Saturday.
It's going to be 5:15 on Saturday. And it's going to be, I'm taking them on the spread minus 14.5. That's my lock of the week right there.
Okay. My lock of the week will be NBA, as it usually is. And actually, no, it'll be my parlay will be NBA. Excuse me.
Yes.
My lock of the week. I'm trying NASCAR again. We're going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the ambition.
Yes.
We're going to keep shooting it at NASCAR. We don't, even if we fail, we get back up on bet.
Well, with this time, the lock of the week will be a top 3 finish.
I like that
instead
idea.
of just a winner.
I like that idea.
So Bubba Wallace didn't screw me over. None of that happened. I screwed myself over. I have no one to blame but myself.
Dog, let's show the woman some love.
Hey, ladies.
The women's basketball championship bracket. Just a quick update. If you missed out on our social media, go check it out now. Bet this P on X.
Yep.
Excuse me. Bet this pod on Instagram.
That's right.
And you can check out our post on YouTube as well. You'll see them there. Jay Dawg and I both chose the same winner for the women's bracket. If you didn't see our post on social media, we both have UConn winning the whole thing.
WNBAU, as they say.
Yeah.
And WNBA, briefly, is back.
Oh, yes.
They will start on time. It was looking like they weren't. And they were able to win a lot in the sense of
they upped their minimum
5
salary.
times more than what they're getting.
Yes.
And for those of you thinking that Asia Wilson is going to leave Vegas, you got another thing coming. She's going to sign a max deal to stay in Vegas. That's when free agency hits, which I believe is in April.
So the women's, for an update for what Jay Dawg is saying real quick, the WNBA recently came to an agreement with their, I'm assuming, Players Association.
Yes, yep, CBA.
The CBA to up the league minimum for the WNBA from $66,000, I believe, to $300,000.
5 times as much.
Which is, 5 times as much. So congratulations to WNBA players, the women. They deserve it.
2 new teams are coming out, the Toronto Tempo and the Portland Fire.
Yeah, and it only makes sense with the league making more revenue off of those 2 teams to give it back to the players.
The Golden State Valkyries are listed at almost like $500 million.
And now,
team evaluation.
Hopefully UConn, the WNBAU, some of those players will be able to earn some money. So just last second thoughts on our brackets there and the women's bracket. In Dog, it's that time for our in-house Bet This Power Rankings. Only 3 lists of power rankings to break down this week. No college basketball for the men or the women. We're just going to be doing the MLS, NBA, NHL right now.
We start off with the NBA.
Perfect.
So we start off with the NBA and we end with MLS, as we tend to do. At number 10, the Houston Rockets. At number 9, the Denver Nuggets. At number 8, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Number 7, the Cleveland Cavaliers. At number 6, the New York Knicks. At number 5, taking a tumble, the Detroit Pistons.
Yes,
the Cade Cunningham situation is not a good one.
That's a bad timing for the Pistons.
The Pistons
really
are
bad.
running out of gas. Unintended. At number 4, the Los Angeles Lakers.
They have been red hot.
Yeah.
Not purple and gold. They've been red hot.
Number 3, the Celtics. At number 2, the San Antonio Spurs, who did clinch a playoff spot. They are going to be in the playoffs for the first time since towards the end of last decade, 2010s. And at number 1, best team in all of the NBA, still the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champion, Oklahoma City Thunder. They're going to the playoffs as well.
Let me get your quick thoughts. Do you think Luka has a shot at MVP, or do you think it's still Shea's?
I think it does have a shot at MVP now.
Okay. Just because he's been playing out of his mind.
The MVP race as follows is this: Shea, Jokic, Luka.
You think Luka's behind Jokic?
Just because
the Nuggets have had some bad losses recently.
It's not pinned on. That's the thing. It's not pinned on Jokic.
Okay.
So we got a Canadian, a Slovakian, and a Slovenian,
And no American.
and no American in
Yeah.
an American sport.
Yeah.
You know,
So
invented by a Canadian, by the way.
true.
Yeah, not in. It was invented in America by a Canadian. So NHL, which was invented by Canadians
In Canada. Yes.
And number 10, this may change. This is probably going to change probably after this weekend. The New York Islanders. Might put Columbus in there.
Oh.
Or the Bruins.
Oh.
At number 9, the Anaheim Ducks. At number 8, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sid the Kid is back. They lost, but Sid the Kid is back.
I'm glad to see them back in our top 10.
Yes. At number 7, the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens. Looks like they're going to the playoffs.
The Habs have.
Yeah. At number 6, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They've kind of taken a little bit of a tumble. At number 5, the Minnesota Wild. At number 4, the Buffalo Sabres. At number 3, the Carolina Hurricanes. At number 2, they're coming in hot. They're the hottest team in the NHL right now. They are hot on the number 1 team in the NHL. The Dallas Stars are number 2. They're only a couple points behind a team that has been slumping since the Olympic break, the Colorado Avalanche, the number 1 team in all of the NHL.
Of course, they got a slump right before the end of the season when I put money down on them to, of course, win the championship.
Long way to go.
C'est la vie.
That's French for that's just life. That's the way it goes.
Yes.
So thank you, Robbie Neville. At number 10 for MLS rankings, DC United. Remember, they were always on the bottom last year, so they're starting to kind of be back on the comeback. At number 9, Colorado. At number 8, Real Salt Lake. At number 7, Inter Miami. At number 6, Nashville. At number 5, NYC, New York City. At number 4, the Seattle Sounders. At number 3, San Jose, the Earthquakes. At number 2, it's been these two teams, two clubs the last, since we've started the rankings, LAFC. And at number 1, Vancouver.
Nice.
A lot of unbeatens going on in MLS.
There's a good list of matchups this week. And I'm excited to break it down because I was thinking about doing my parlay and my lock this week on some MLS just because I never do that.
Haven't done it in a while.
And I'm trying to get more into MLS since we've been covering it. And I think it's Vancouver and San Jose take on each other. I don't want to give away anything, but I believe they're taking each other on this week. Also wanted to give you a shout out. We didn't hit our big, pick 'em bet on MLS last week, but the Revolution did win against Cincinnati. You called it. So they got their first win. Not enough to jump into the power rankings.
Right.
But still good show for New England and the Revs. And hopefully the New England Revs can, get a little bit of momentum going throughout the rest of the season, but they're probably going to be on the bottom.
They can't do much worse than they did last year. They could. I don't see it, though.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see how they perform. But we've got the lightning round just around the corner. It is going to be jam-packed. NASCAR. We've got NBA, NHL, golf, TGL. I'm so excited. Dog, hit us with some housekeeping. Let the bet heads know what's going on the Pulse of New Hampshire this weekend.
Saturday, March 21st, 7:30 p.m., Boston Bruins at Detroit Red Wings, an original 6 matchup there with an 8:05 face-off from Little Caesars Arena, hockey, on the Pulse of New Hampshire. And then on Sunday, March 22nd, it's Sunday night basketball on NBC and Peacock. The Minnesota Timberwolves are at the Boston Celtics, 7:30 pregame, 8:05 tip-off. That's a big one right there.
Yeah, that should be good.
That's on the Pulse of New Hampshire.
Remind me, what did you say the Timberwolves were did they make the rankings this week?
Yes.
They did? What were they, like 8th or 9th?
They are number 8.
Number 8. That's going to be a good matchup. 3 versus 8.
Ant-Man versus Jalen.
Yeah.
Or Ant-Man versus
Tatum. Bacon Tatum is what I like to call him. My sandwich has bacon in it. That's his old.
Yes, his Subway commercial. Yeah. That's right.
My guy, Bacon Tatum. But yeah, that's going to be a good one. And
let's light it up. I'm
excited because it is that time again. The Lightning Round!
He's just wasted 30 seconds of doing that intro.
Never gets old. I love it. The lightning round, let's get into it. NBA, NHL, MLS, NASCAR, golf, TGL championships.
Here we go.
Let's go, Jay Dawg. All right, let's start off with Saturday on the NBA slate. Your first matchup is Oklahoma at the Wizards. I mean,
Oklahoma City.
yeah, Oklahoma City.
OKC.
Yeah, I mean, is that
The
even
best versus the worst?
is this going to be, is Oklahoma City going to gather like a local AAU or AAU team, send them out there against the Wizards? All right. The next one we've got is Memphis at Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's got too good of a young crew there.
Just retired Del Curry's number 30.
I know. Shouts out to Dell. The next one, the red hot Lakers going to Orlando.
2009 NBA Finals rematch. I'm taking the Lakers.
Heard that. Lakers, they're red hot right now. The Cavs taking on the New Orleans Pelicans on the road.
Yep. In Nolans, I'm going to take the Cavs.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy. Golden State taking on Atlanta.
Ooh. Both these teams are just not.
I-
Although Atlanta's been playing better. They
Okay.
have been playing better. I'm going to take Atlanta.
Okay, I would have taken Golden State, but again, both teams are pretty bad.
No, and Atlanta's played better.
Miami at Houston.
Houston.
Heard that, Houston. Indiana at San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Heard that, San Antonio. The Clippers at the Mavs.
Clippers.
Ooh, Clippers on the road. Sixers at Utah.
Sixers.
Heard that, Sixers?
BJ Edgecombe is number 3 right now in the rookie rankings.
Yes.
Next to the con man, Con Canuple at 1, and Cooper Flank at 2.
And then the final Saturday matchup, the Bucks at the Suns.
The 2021 NBA Finals rematch. I'm taking the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, at home
Is that
Saturday night.
ABC?
No, it's NBA TV.
Okay.
10 p.m. on Saturday night.
What's the ABC game? Do they have one or no?
No.
Oh, I know why. Because of March Madness.
Well, there's an ABC Saturday night NHL matchup.
Oh.
Yes.
That's so. Okay.
Yes. And it's a game you've already mentioned.
Yes.
But before we get to NHL, NBA on the
On
docket,
Sunday, right?
the Sunday
Yep.
NBA matchups. We only have a few. The Trailblazers taking on the Nuggets, 5 p.m. Sunday. Nuggets heard. We have the Nets at Sacramento.
Oh. Sacramento's been playing better. They're going to possibly miss out on that number 1 pick because Doug Christie, the coach, has made them play better. I'm like, what are you doing? You want the number 1 pick.
I feel like, well, also
Brooklyn's so bad.
Yeah. Did you see they only had 24 points at halftime last week?
Yeah.
24 points at halftime.
Brooklyn's bad.
That is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sacramento. I'll pick that one for you. Wizards at the Knicks.
Knicks
Heard. The T-Wolves at the Celtics. We talked about this one on NBC, 8 p.m.
Yes,
And
that's NBC. That's Sunday night basketball. I'm going to take the Celtics. My lock, by the way, Ant-Man, 2010 and 5.
Ant 20
points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Heard.
That's my parlay.
Heard that parlay.
Yep.
And you're taking the Celtics.
Yes.
Okay. And then the Raptors at the Suns, your last matchup of the weekend.
Suns.
Heard that. Suns hosting 2 games back to back. And let's get into hockey. It is the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins, 1 p.m. on Saturday. So if you're
On the
hearing
radio, it's already going on.
Yes. So Pens heard. The Vegas Golden Knights at the Nashville Predators.
Vegas
heard. Dallas Stars at Minnesota.
Good. Both teams are in the play. So old Minnesota team taking on current Minnesota team. Stars are hot right now.
Stars are really
I
hot.
got to take the Stars.
Another really hot team, the Buffalo Sabres at the LA Kings.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'll take Buffalo.
Heard that. Flyers at San Jose.
San Jose.
San Jose's
Macklin
got
Celebrini.
He's really good.
Yep.
Seattle at Columbus.
Ooh, the Kraken and the Jackets. I'll take Columbus.
Heard that at home.
Yep.
Islanders at Montreal. This is a good one. Top 10
Waz
versus top
returned
5.
to Montreal. You know, he's a coach of the Isles. I'll take Montreal.
Heard that, Montreal. Toronto at Ottawa. Heard that. St. Louis at Vancouver.
Worst team in the NHL is the Couve. St. Louis has not had a lot of luck in the Canadian provinces, but if they're going to rock the Couve, they're going to beat the Canucks.
Heard that, Blues. The Bruins at Detroit, 8 p.m. on ABC.
Oh, okay. It's an 8:05. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the Bruins game Saturday night. at the Red Wings. Who you taking?
I'm going to take the Bees.
Heard that. Bees, they've been playing really well.
Yep.
And the Lightning at Edmonton, 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
Lightning.
Heard that. Lightning. And Sunday matchups, we have a good amount here. Winnipeg at the Rangers.
Rangers.
Heard that. Rangers. Avalanche at Washington.
I'll take Washington.
Okay. Washington at home. Another good one. Carolina at Pittsburgh.
Ooh, I'll take Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh at home. Nashville at Chicago.
Nashville.
Heard that. Nashville. Columbus at the Islanders.
I'll take Lumbus.
The Blue Jackets, even though you almost wanted to say the Islanders, but couldn't. Vegas at the Stars.
Stars.
Heard that. The Lightning at Calgary.
Lightning.
Buffalo at Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Kings at Utah.
Utah. Take
Utah.
the Mammoth.
This is another one of my locks. I'm taking the Mammoth there.
Okay.
I don't know what the money line is yet, but that's one I'm going to take.
Okay.
That is our NHL, our NBA slate. I have golf there. But first, let's get back to the
Goodyear 400 for NASCAR is in Darlington, South Carolina this upcoming Sunday. I think it's at 3 p.m. on FS1.
Yeah, who's your top three? Give us your
top three will be Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. Is that your lock?
That's my lock of the week.
All right, Chase Elliott is your lock. That's your top three lock of the week.
Yep.
For MLS, we have an MLS slate we've got to get to. Where is it? All right, MLS slate. We're going to run through it. Toronto hosting Columbus.
Crew.
We've got Philly hosting Chicago.
Philly.
Nashville hosting Orlando.
Nashville.
We have Atlanta hosting DC.
DC United.
We have Charlotte hosting New York Red.
New York Red Bulls.
FC Dallas hosting Houston.
Houston Dynamo.
St. Louis hosting New England.
St. Louis.
Sporting KC hosting Colorado.
Colorado.
Austin FC hosting LAFC.
LAFC.
Vancouver hosting San Jose. This was my MLS match of the week.
Okay. Vancouver
heard. Couple of Sundays. NYCFC hosting Inter Miami.
Miami.
FC Cincinnati hosting Montreal.
FC Cincinnati.
Minnesota hosting Seattle.
Seattle Sounders.
Portland hosting LA Galaxy.
Portland.
And San Diego FC hosting Real Salt Lake.
Classiest city in America, San Diego FC.
Heard that. That is it. That does it for the lightning round. We went over. Hey, bet heads, thank you for sticking around. Check us out on social media. And if you're going to bet
this.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Bet This is for entertainment purposes only. Always gamble responsibly and never wager more than you can afford to lose. Our advice is not a guarantee of success. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org for resources.